don't know why the sound wouldn't be on here. Like right off the rip. Oh, now it's working. Hello? Hello? Why does the sound shitty? Hello?
Hello.
Oh, it doesn't sound shitty. It sounds shitty when I have the headphones on because it's muffled. Oh, it doesn't sound shitty. It sounds shitty. All right. So I'm here with my dude, right? We streamed on Glimesh. It probably worked, but we're doing the second half of the podcast on Twitch, and this is going to be put on Spotify. If anybody wants to watch it, go ahead and watch it. Thank you, Stefan, for coming in right off the rip. And hopefully more people come in, but till then, we're pretty much not going to read the chat too much. But like I said, Andrew Watson here. We were talking about movies. He's talking about Friday movies.
Yes.
I
like them.
and we related it to the fact that he's just a pothead and.
Well, I didn't relate it.
No, okay, I did.
I agree that it has something to do with it, but I like any movie that takes place over a short period of time.
I like the first one.
Yeah.
I don't know. I even like the second one. I think I like those because it was. I don't know. I just like those. I didn't like the third one too much.
The third one was a little bit more far-fetched.
Would you consider the third one a Christmas movie?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I watch it on Christmas.
Yeah. What's your favorite Christmas movie of all time?
My favorite Christmas movie. You have one?
Die Hard.
Oh, Die Hard?
Yeah.
I consider that a Christmas movie, but it's not my favorite.
Yeah.
I think Jingle All the Way with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Oh, with the toy and shit?
Yeah.
Either Sinbad?
Sinbad, yeah. He was awesome in it. That. Or,
what's up, Joe?
Yeah, that's definitely one that I always watch every Christmas.
I'm a big Elf fan, too. Like,
yeah.
I could watch Elf over and over and not really get tired of it.
So many people love that.
Will Ferrell is my guy.
He's a powerhouse.
And I know a lot of people love him, but man, I've been watching that dude since forever and just haven't gotten over that he's funny and no matter what he's in. And
he's in The Office.
He is. He's in The Office.
Yep.
He's in a lot of shit, actually. He's in a lot of TV shows. Eastbound and Down, if you ever see that.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
He's a dick, and I loved it.
Was what you showed me Righteous Gemstones, right?
Yes,
right. I kept watching that.
He wasn't in that,
but like, no, it just made me think of that.
When I watched, have you ever seen The Goods?
The
Goods. It was the car dealer guy, the dude from
It was on Netflix at one point.
Yeah, but the guy from what was it? Entourage is like the main dude. That guy who plays Yuri in Entourage. He's in it, and if you. PCU, have you ever seen that?
Nope.
Oh, it's a stoner movie.
Oh, really? I'll have to look that up.
Piven. Jeremy Piven. Jeremy Piven. That's what his name is.
Okay.
So, he's in the movie, but Will Ferrell has like a cameo. And it's like 2 minutes, and he's like supposed to jump out of a plane for like a car ad.
Okay.
And he's like, but his friend replaced the backpack that was supposed to have a parachute in it with like a bag of sex toys. So
Okay.
so Will Ferrell's jumping out of the plane, and he's talking before he dies, and he's like, well, I guess since this is my last time, I guess in close death things, like your life flashes before your eyes, but I'm gonna explain a couple things. And he's like, what I don't regret is getting a life-size Hawaiian Punch guy on my back. He's like 100% juice, motherfucker. And then he's like, and then he catches a dildo in the sky, and he's like, I'm gonna use this to try to try to soften the fall. He's just holding it, and it's a fucking hilarious movie, awesome. Man. Yeah, it's a great movie. If you haven't seen it yet, it's called The Goods. It's a very, very good movie, and Jeremy Piven is the guy, and Entourage.
I know you're talking about. He's like Jon Favreau's buddy in a lot of movies.
Yeah,
right? In a couple of movies at least.
Exactly.
Yeah, I know exactly who
he's actually in a movie, this awesome movie with like Cuba Gooding Jr. and Emilio Estevez called Judgment Night.
Okay, never heard of that either.
It's like mid-90s, and they go on a camping, or they're supposed to go to a pay-per-view boxing event. Like, go to it.
Yeah.
and their dude has like a camper, so they're gonna take it to like tailgate and shit. And they're on the highway, and they don't seem like they're gonna make it, so they take a fucking detour, and they go into like the ghetto, and there's
Okay.
like these groups of people that are trying to fucking kill them the whole time and shit because they witness a murder.
Okay.
They're driving down
Is
the
it a
street.
comedy? Or
It has comedy
at
elements, but
first I
it's
thought you were
not.
going to tell me a comedic storyline, but then it got
No,
serious.
dude.
Like, oh
Dennis
shit.
Leary is in it, and he plays like Joe Dubsky knows what I'm talking about. And it has probably one of the best soundtracks ever,
Oh really?
too. Yes,
Okay.
it has this De La Soul song that is no, seriously.
Classic.
It is fucking phenomenal. It's a
Nice.
great soundtrack. Like I'm surprised that he knew what that was, and that's fucking awesome. Did you hear that?
Yeah.
It's gone.
Oh,
It's
no.
gone.
Yeah.
So, but like it's phenomenal from beginning to end too. It's really good. Cuba Gooding Jr. plays in it. I want to say like I want to say who plays the little brother is like River Phoenix. I don't know. Is River Phoenix in that movie before he died? I don't know, but like it's a really really good movie. Look it up. Judgment Night. Emilio Estevez, and there he was, the mighty Duckman himself.
Let's see.
And I was like,
Who are you asking about?
Emilio!
Dennis Leary, Stephen Dorff.
Steven Dorff. That's
Yeah.
who it is.
Okay.
Steven Dorff, not Phoenix. River Phoenix. River Phoenix is actually the brother of Joaquin.
Joking.
I'm like I couldn't fucking remember his name. He's a Joker, so he's awesome. What's up, Mello? How's it going, man? Mello's in here.
Mello.
Mello,
Hey,
what's
pal.
going on, dude?
How are you?
How's it going, man? So we had like an hour and a half podcast on glimesh, which we're never going to be able to get back.
You'll never see it.
And our sound wasn't working for a little bit, so we fixed it. But we got it going, and we got all this shit, so we could like. Did you ever see Land of the Lost?
The original show back in
No,
the
the
day?
movie with Will Ferrell
Yeah. Yep.
with Danny McBride.
Yep.
And they hold on to the stone, and they
Uh,
start singing it. And he goes, "Do you believe?
Oh.
Do you believe in love? That's love."
Yeah, I don't remember that part.
I could see something inside myself.
I really don't think. Wow.
It's showing up now. Yeah, that's
That's cool.
that's the auto-tune, you know.
I like
So
that.
yeah, the auto-tune's legit.
That's
Yo,
cool.
if you hear him sing Kanye, you'll come to tears because it's phenomenal. You want to do it?
No,
Go ahead.
No.
In the night, I hear him call.
Coldest story ever told.
We're far down the road.
No, that's ridiculous.
Lost his soul to a moment so heartless.
Even in auto tune, I'm out of tune. For sure.
Wait, I can put it in a different tune. Ah,
Heartless.
you're an idiot. So yeah, we're just conversing here and trying to make up time because
Yeah.
I fucked up.
What you missed out on was solid gold.
Yeah, it was solid gold. We talked about Doge.
Oh, so
We
good.
talked about Elon Musk's face. We talked about how did you hear that like he talked about like people are butthurt about it, but I mean it's true. But like he wants to go to Mars, obviously.
Yeah.
And he stated that like people are gonna die. He's
Yeah.
like on the way. People
Oh,
are
yeah.
gonna die. Like
Yeah.
people are gonna die there.
Right.
He's like it's part of exploration. Like the Mayflower, when people came over, it was freezing.
Right.
People died,
Right.
and that's just the way shit goes.
How long of a travel is it to Mars?
I think it's
how long of a
years.
voyage. Oh yeah.
I want to say
Well,
it's
that
years.
just makes it likely that if you're bringing a bunch of people for a
Yeah.
couple of years, somebody's probably gonna die. You know. I
Oh,
think it's like worst case scenario, but like there's a chance nobody dies.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Mello wants me to sell my Xbox that's in the background over here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I would
$600
say $1,464 right now. If you could do
How much are
that,
they worth now?
I mean, you can't find them anywhere, so might as well, haggle, start high.
Mello, do you play DayZ at all? I know you're into the zombie survival. Or like,
He said he'll give me
horror
5
games.
Doge. That's like $1.80. I'm good, dude. I don't want your fucking Doge.
I want your Doge. It's gonna be worth millions one
maybe
day.
5,000 Doge. I'll take your 5,000 Doge.
Dead
Wait.
air.
Yeah. Right? What happened? What?
Oh, we just weren't talking. It was
Oh, yeah.
radio
Oh,
silence.
no. I took a drink. I was expecting you to keep
Oh,
talking.
no, I had nothing to say. I didn't know that the drink was happening.
Oh, yeah. Like when you drink, I'm talking the whole fucking time.
It's
so,
true. Yeah, that is true.
Maybe
Whenever
you
I'm
should.
not talking. Yeah.
So you guys hear Watson okay? Is that right? You guys hear him fine?
I wish I had a better voice after this, though.
You don't.
Hear
You
myself.
have a great voice.
Oh.
Yeah, you have a great
All right,
voice.
thanks. That means a lot.
He sounds fine, it says. Or
Thanks.
mellow
You sound
said.
fine, mellow.
But does he sound like a Ford truck?
That's the question. Does he sound like a Ford truck? What? Why does it pop every fucking time? I gotta fix this. Build Ford tough. In a world. In a world where one man. He sounds high as hell. He is high as hell. When is he not? When is he not? When is he not? When is he not? Alright.
My job allows me to be high as hell. Yeah, fuck that. As high as my voice is. Fuck that, yeah, smoke it up, dude. Live that life. Yeah, why not? Ask him if he has a job opening. He does, but he... Oh, I can read that. He works like... Yeah, he already... Are we going to talk at the same time? Go ahead. Is that what's going on here? You go. Okay, let me fucking talk, okay? Go ahead. Alright. So, listen. His job is like 25 miles away from me, which is 20... That's like 25 more miles for you to drive. And it pays more, but you're going to smell like weed all the time. You're going to get that dank shit. It's great. And it's great. That's the benefit. And that's pretty much it. Yeah. Listen, there's always a job opening. You can come and roll joints. There's always openings for rolling joints. $16 an hour. And it's in Webster, Massachusetts. That's not too far away. Yeah. So, he sounds like a raspy midget. I sound like I'm a happy midget. I'm a hard midget. Yeah, like a prison midget you find at the bar. Hey, what's going on? I'm a fucking hardcore midget, bro. He used me for a stool when it gets too cramped in here. We should probably not talk that shit on midgets, though. Oh, sorry. I think that's offensive, right? Sorry. Everything's offensive. Wait a minute. What's the song on The Wizard of Oz? We can sing it together? The Lollipop? I represent the Lollipop Guild. The Lollipop Guild. The Lollipop Guild. We represent the Lollipop Guild. And something into Munchkin Land. He's so stupid. Alright, I'm back.
Alright, we're back. You're fucking stupid, dude. Anyway, asking him if there is a job opening, but you got your full-time shit. You'll be fine, buddy. I'm gone. I'm far gone. Way gone.
Oh, I'm so gone. Wow, this is really cool.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You like it?
Feels like a big empty room in here.
But if you do this with auto-tune, even better.
You can add them together?
Yeah.
Oh, it wasn't there.
Right now. Now you...
Hello! I'm Kanye in the cave.
I'm gonna buy you a drink. Whoa, wee. I'm gonna take it home with me.
Money in the bank.
Shorty, what you think about that? Honey in the gray Cadillac, being loved like ooh, ooh. You want to say it? It's not.
I'm not gonna.
Don't act like you don't want
Not
to say it.
feeding into that.
All right. I'll turn it off. Hold on. The echoes still on though. All right.
Mellow, yes. Job openings. Look on Indeed.
He'll send you the link.
I'll send you the link. Link in the bio below.
Yeah, link in the bio below.
It's not.
The podcast, the first episode of the podcast is actually on Spotify, so if you want the episode, I can send you the link. And you're mentioned in it, but it's only for a brief second. And it was more like you're good at your job type shit. But then bitching. Yeah, you bitch a lot. So I love you though.
Me?
Anyway, no?
Oh.
mellow.
Oh, me too. That applies to me too.
But I also bitch a lot too. So
I like to bitch.
I've been bitching a lot as of recent since I found out I'm not on the schedule anymore. So beyond that, I thank you guys for coming into the stream and hanging out and chilling here. And if you didn't know, we've been putting the episodes, like I said, on Spotify. I figured out how to do it finally. So the first episode's there. You can find it on iTunes and SoundCloud, a whole bunch of other places. Pretty cool. We're going to keep doing this and hopefully get views, get people in here. And we'll talk about mental health. You know, mental health is a big thing. You know, we've dealt with it before. We deal with it every day in our own lives.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and family members, whatever. I'll kind of go off on a tangent a little bit here. Obviously, depression, anxiety are two big things that, you know, in my life, they kind of control it. You know, those are two of my worst friends in the world, depression and anxiety. And, I mean, I know that you want me to smoke weed and you want me to do all these fucking, like,
I just feel like trying it might not hurt.
Well, I've done the CBD,
Yeah.
and which it just made me a little tired. Like,
Yeah.
it didn't really make me, like, forget about anything. Like, I don't, and it's not like I want to, like, go on, like, Xanax or some shit like that and try to, like, just be out of it.
They're
But
way worse.
yeah, I want to be not even clear-minded. I want to know everything that's going on. I want to be cognitive of everything.
I'm totally cognitive, but you just have just puts you in a different
realm.
Yeah,
in
like
your
you
mind.
see it from a different point of view.
Yeah.
Like it helps you, like life sucks. Everybody knows life sucks.
Yep.
But, I mean, if you could just be a little bit high all the time, you smile a little, it's easier to smile. That's all I'm saying.
So how's your family? How's everything going in your family?
Me? Great.
Like your girlfriend, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like fiance.
Right, yeah.
And she's a very pretty girl.
Of course.
And you are saying you're a lucky guy.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not fucking...
Absolutely.
I got my wife's in the other room, motherfucker. You don't care?
I'm kidding.
Yeah. Anyway, so how long have you guys been together?
Not that long. A year and a half, 2 years.
And you're already engaged?
Oh, yeah. When you know, you know.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah. So, well,
Fools
that
rush in, and I'm the foolish of them all. What's that?
That's the awkward button.
Why is that awkward?
No, because it's. I mean, that's fast. That's
yeah.
quick to get engaged.
Yeah.
And I look.
I agree.
My wife and I had a kid quick, so I mean, you'd rather do it the way that you did it than the way that I did it. Even though I love my son, I love my daughter.
Yeah.
But
I get it. When you got a good thing, lock it down. You did it with a kid.
I don't think I don't think doing it with a kid is quite the right way.
Well, no, I agree. You're just justifying the way I'm doing it.
My way was definitely not the right way, but your way is quick though too, because I mean, it's technically a commitment, but it's not written in stone. You'll be all right, and you guys are good for each other. You know, she's a gamer, you're a gamer. Yeah. You guys have same interests and stuff.
Like when you date somebody, like you're not trying to waste either person's time. You know, like I feel like the intention should always be, if you're gonna eventually get married, to get married. You know, don't date the person you're not gonna marry. You know.
Yeah, I know, but you got to go through a lot of shit before you actually.
You're right.
You got to find the diamond in the rough.
I've been through a lot of duds.
Yeah,
my man,
you get a lot of pieces of coal before you got to the diamond.
That's right.
I get it. And I myself, as a young cat. Not now, I'm old.
Yeah.
But when I was young, my wife was a person that was straight to the point. You know what I'm saying? And every other female that was around was a yes girl.
Sure.
Oh, yeah, I'll do this, or yeah, do that. And then I'm like, I didn't like that. My wife stood her ground. If she didn't like something, she didn't do it. I'm not talking about sexual. I'm talking about in general.
Right.
Like, if she didn't like it, she's like, no, I'm good. You could go with your guys.
Oh, I watched Mortal Kombat by myself, dude. I get it. So it's the same stuff.
And that's what I enjoyed about my wife more than anything was, do you want to go to a basketball game? Probably not. Okay, I'm going to bring 9 of my friends.
Okay.
You know, you remember? It's like, that's the whole, and she was pissed off that I went to New York without her because she hasn't gone in years.
Right.
But
it was to see a game you didn't want to see.
So. Exactly. And she's gone to Boston once with me. We just haven't gone to New York, but it was a lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun.
And
My
for
van,
a lot of
van
people,
broke down 20
Yes.
minutes into it.
Yep, I remember.
That sucked.
Dude, the same thing happened to us. We went to a Jets game, and like my friend's fucking tire pops an Allen wrench.
Ugh.
Dude, a fucking Allen wrench.
That's what popped it?
Yes.
Oh, jeez.
We heard the ting 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 while we were driving.
Yeah.
And we're like, what the fuck is that noise? So we pull over, tire's not flat.
Yeah, that's
We
good.
pull over, we see that there's an Allen wrench sticking out of it was the long end going all the way in, punctured the whole tire.
No shit.
So we were like, what the fuck? How the hell did we get an Allen wrench? And we're like, we can't drive to New York in this, because if it fucking, opens more, we're gonna die in a car crash.
Sure.
So we ended up stopping in like New Haven and getting like a plug kit, plugged it up, and drove the rest of the way like that.
Yeah.
And it worked out, but it was just a fucking Allen wrench, dude. You expect like a nail or some type of fucking one of those thick street staples or whatever the hell,
A piece of rebar.
Yeah, exactly, something. But it was a fucking Allen
somebody's
wrench.
Tool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Weird.
I don't even know. Like, it didn't make sense. But
I have the worst luck when it comes to cars, dude.
Oh.
I just crashed one. And then this new one that I got, I killed the battery on the first night that I had it.
Really?
So the next day I had to jump it at 5:30 right before work. And I'm jumping it. Everything goes fine. I jump it with my girlfriend's car. I put the hood down, everything. Hood doesn't, so I'm driving down the road a few miles. The hood flies open. It smacks the windshield. It just
like a Tommy Boy moment.
Yeah, and the rear view mirror flies off the windshield, into the back seat. Like, it was a disaster. I felt so stupid. But yeah, and then so I had to get out of the car. I had to pull. I'm driving with the hood on top of the windshield. I had to pull over without being able to see, Ace Ventura style, and then latch it.
That's
It
crazy.
was a disaster. Yeah, absolutely.
Like, I've never had any kind of real bad shit. I just had bad luck in general, like engines.
Okay, yeah. No,
Like a car will just crap out, but we never really buy anything new.
Yeah, me neither.
Everything is always like used, because I don't want to fucking go through the process of financing anymore. I'm done with it. I've done it quite a few times. What's up, Go Baller? How you doing today, man?
I don't want to pay 2/3 of what it's worth on top of it.
Exactly, and then it loses value right when you drive it off the lot.
Right.
So you're like, fuck. I
Not worth
can't
it.
even fucking sell this now for the next 3 years, because I'm under 72 months of,
No, financing a car is stupid. You just need 4 wheels that turn safely.
Exactly.
That's it.
A to B, man.
Yeah,
A to B.
That's how I feel.
And good, Go Baller. Glad you're doing well, dude. Thank you for coming into the stream. And this is the second episode of the podcast we're going to be doing on a weekly basis. It's not necessarily going to be Watson in this chair here, but we're going to have people here all the time that are going to be able to be my guest, because I can't do this on my own. So I appreciate you.
Yeah, of course.
I
I'm glad to be
appreciate
here.
you
It's
a
a
lot.
pleasure. It's an honor. Yeah.
And I do like talking about the mental health thing. We were talking about anxiety, depression. I think when people talk about a lot of the mental health shit, they don't realize like what entails in mental health. And like when people say they have suicidal thoughts or anything like that, they don't understand that that's natural. Especially with a person that has depression or anxiety, it's there. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
And it doesn't mean a person's going to go and jump off a bridge.
Right.
But it means that person has thought 40 ways of how to jump off the bridge. You know?
Yeah, absolutely.
So when if I'm depressed and I talk about shit and it scares anybody, people message me, it's not me saying, "Hey, I'm going to go off and fucking be done," because I'm not. I have priorities. I have children. I have life. So I don't want to lose it, because something good might happen, even though a shit ton of bad shit happens. Something good may happen, and I'm trying to keep the hope up to be like, all right, like maybe shit will turn around and be okay. I mean, I'm 40. I'm not old, but at the same time, the can't teach old dogs new tricks type of shit. I don't feel like going out and getting a new job after being let go.
Well,
I don't want to go and retrain and do the same shit that I did, and like be on the bottom of the, like when I'm nearly at the top of the people that have been there.
Right. You don't want to be kind of moved out.
Yeah,
like an old
like
dog. I
like
get it.
like taken down like 10 pegs and treated like I'm nothing. And that's kind of the reason why my depression is happening right now, is because it's work related and it sucks. And I love my job. Right. I take pride in how well I do at my job.
Yep.
And some people don't. Some people come to work and they don't take pride in work and they don't care to work, you know?
Oh, yeah.
And
Absolutely.
I care about what I do, and I care about who I take care of. And
it's hard not to.
Yeah, exactly. And we're not going to go into that person or anything like that, but we've been there before, and you know where I'm at.
Yeah.
And I wish you never left.
Yeah,
I miss you. But I know honest, I'm glad you're happy and you're cutting up weed. I get it.
No, but things seemed to get a little dicey there after I left too. Things seemed to get
it got better too at the same time. So, but what I'm saying is, I'm glad you are happy, and it is mentally draining. Yeah. So I totally understand. I remember when you went off on someone. Those are the things that shit happens. Yeah. No, fuck that guy. He's not listening. Fuck that guy. Right. It don't matter. He's on my Facebook. Right. So, but yeah, it's mentally draining, and I just want to let whoever's out there know that I'm okay, and life goes on. You know what I'm saying? Like, no matter where I'm at, life is gonna go on. So, but now, on to your engagement of when you're gonna get married, and am I a usher or flower person?
Probably not.
No?
Probably not going to have much of an ensemble when it comes to like a wedding party.
I definitely would.
Like that. No? Yeah, I mean, I know you would. I know you'd love to, yeah.
I know COVID and shit,
we want to do something small, maybe. I mean, we just kind of want to
But why don't you do something small like what I did? You were there.
That was legit, yeah.
Yeah. It was koi pond under a gazebo,
Yep.
You should do it, and I should be there.
It was very tasteful. It was a very nice wedding.
You should not have me there. I've only been to 2 weddings.
I guarantee you.
And one of them was mine.
If I have a wedding of any kind, if I gather people, I will invite you. Definitely.
Okay. Yes. And Mello better be invited too. He could be my +1.
All right. Of course, yeah. Mello's coming. I'm getting married to somebody, so.
Yeah.
He'll be there.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's cool though.
Yeah.
I say you get married 1 year from now.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
But June.
From this day? Oh, okay, June. Yeah.
In June. Because June's just a good month.
We're thinking like Halloween time.
You really, I know you do that. Did you go to that, did you ever go to that cabin thing, by the way, that you talked about back in the day? It was was it the Voorhees one? There was one that was you were talking about, and it was like I don't know if you went to a cabin that was a regular cabin, or if I know you took the drawing picture where it's you and her with the Jason.
That's just something she had done on Etsy.
Oh.
She sent pictures of her and I together, and they made it look like we were. I mean, it's a cartoon, obviously.
I know, but
they just make it look like you were at a camp counselor.
No, I think you were just talking about going to a cabin somewhere in the middle of New Hampshire.
Oh yeah, we went to Pennsylvania at one point.
Yeah, how was it?
Yeah, it was cool. We went to see all the stuff from The Office. Scranton. Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
Poor Richard's Pub.
Part of it takes place in Stamford, Connecticut, right?
Right, some of it, but supposedly, I don't think it actually is filmed there. It's not actually filmed in Pennsylvania either.
No, I know that.
They just use that location.
Yeah, but that's my home. That's where I come from.
Oh, really? Stanford?
Yeah. So when they mentioned it, I'm like, oh, that's where I was born.
Yeah, it's cool.
Cool.
That's how I feel about Family Guy with Rhode Island.
Yeah.
Did they mention anything Rhode Island related?
Yeah, but Quahog's not a real.
Well,
place,
no,
right?
but Pawtucket Pat. I live in Pawtucket.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's kind of cool. Yeah.
They talk about the Patriots a lot and shit. I fucking hate the Patriots.
Pawtucket Patriot. That's
yeah.
Good.
But
a lot of references.
So, what else do we want to talk about? TV shows you're into
right now?
Yeah.
I
because obviously you've been watching a lot of TV with your cable.
Listen, I watch The Office.
Your cable, you fancy guy.
The Office, I watch all the time. I'm an Office
my son loves it too.
The rewatch value is so good.
I watched it for the first time all the way through, just earlier this year. COVID COVID time.
Oh, nice. Okay,
yeah.
That's a good reason to watch
so
it.
like I watched every single episode, and I was upset when it ended, but but I did like how it ended. I think it's one of the best series finales of any TV show.
Right, it really comes full circle.
Yeah, it really does.
Ends well. Yeah, for sure.
And I really liked it. And there are a lot of series where a show ends, and I'm like totally fucking disappointed on the series finale.
Yeah.
And
well, now that you've watched all the way through, and you still have those feelings like towards it, whatever feelings you have, go back and watch the first season. Just watch the first season all the way through and see if you want to keep going. Because then it's a vicious cycle and you can't stop.
No, I know, and I do that with a few shows, and I don't want to, because I think Rainy Day is definitely, keeping it for a rainy day is definitely way worth it more than just watching it just because.
Yeah, I put it on just for background noise. Like I'll play a game. I have 2 TVs set up, so I'll have cable here and my Xbox on the other one.
I gotta have Forensic Files on. Like, that's how I go to sleep. I'll put Forensic Files on, and I'll just go to sleep to it.
I like that kind of stuff, too, like Cold Case Files. Any true crime stuff.
But it's not even necessarily the stuff, it's the narrator's voice.
Okay,
I just, kind of,
sleep.
Yeah, I'll just fucking zonk out, dude. There's no staying awake when I watch that shit.
We watched the regular stuff, Family Guy, and all that, Stay Current.
I don't like Family Guy anymore.
No.
It's kind of lame. It's not really funny.
Just to watch it,
Like, when do they can't?
Better and better though.
Oh yeah, they're brutal.
Right,
but Family Guy, when does it end? Because I don't enjoy it anymore. Right. Like back in the day, it was just like kind of South Park. It was like brutal, and it seems like McFarlane's been railed back a little bit. Yeah, because
I just found out recently that he has an entire album where he sings in the style of Frank Sinatra, pretty much. You know how Brian sings that way in the show.
Yeah,
like he's like a professional.
Yeah, he has a beautiful voice.
Whatever you would call that. Yeah, whatever.
Have you ever watched The Norval or whatever that Star Trek like show with him in it?
No.
Oh, go on Hulu. It's really good.
It's good.
Yeah, yeah. It's like Star Trek but funny.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he made that, right?
Yeah, he's in it too.
Right. Okay. So
that's cool. And he actually stars in it. So
I like 1,000 Ways to Die in the West. He does a lot of good stuff. No,
I'm not a big spoof movie guy. So like when it's like over the top and like, dude, I'm really weird when it comes to a lot of shit. I'm very like particular about my things. Like when I watch something, if it's not like almost perfection,
right,
I don't like it. Okay. Like that's why I think Back to the Future is almost like that perfect movie because it's like got that nostalgia feel.
Right,
it's got the high school, like going back to high school feel. It's got like all that type of stuff, to where it kind of resonates. Right. You're like, oh, that's fucking cool. Right. That's cool. Goes back to 2, and you're like looking at all the stuff what they thought the future was going to look like, but then you see some things that are completely right. Like the McFly and the fucking TV screens and the touch screens and all that other stuff.
They predict a lot of things.
Yeah, and that to me, like,
even just a flat screen TV was like it didn't exist. Yeah. Like he moved the TV and it was like, whoa, at the time it was like amazing.
Yeah.
Like, the TV doesn't weigh 100 pounds? How is that possible?
Exactly. Yeah. And that's kind of why even the Western one, because I'm a Western fan, my favorite movie of all time is The Quick and Dead. The Quick and the Dead with like Leonardo DiCaprio, Russell Crowe.
I've not seen it.
Gene Hackman. Dude, everybody's in the movie.
Right?
I think so.
Yeah.
But it
sounds like an old movie.
Sharon Stone's in it. Like a lot of people are in it. It's a very, very good movie. It's my favorite movie. Like top 1, and then Back to the Future trilogy, and then everything else. Okay. Yeah. So it's like that's how. I mean, I love the Goonies. Yeah. I the Goonies, the typical 80 kids movies, those fantasy movies that made it seem like you were there and you wanted to be there.
Right.
Like I was always like, man, I gotta go find a fucking treasure with my friends.
Right. Yeah.
Because
made you envious of it made you want to be the kids that were in the movie.
Exactly, and I think that's what
Stranger Things does. Well,
yeah, is that Steven Spielberg, like he does that very well. I think Stephen King books do that too, because like when you watch the old the one that was a TV movie. Yeah. It had like that 1950, like I like that shit. Yeah. Like I like it, and I wish more movies kind of went back to that time,
right?
And did like nostalgic movies rather than tech movies or movies that have to do with tech or whatever.
They're trying to be profound and like and current, but like modern and new. Like but I get what you're saying.
I'd rather it just go back
to the basics kind of thing.
I watched
trying to remake everything.
Yep, I watched a series called 11/22/63.
Oh, with James Franco.
Yeah,
that was a good
and
one.
it's like that's the type of shit that I'm talking about. Like he's fish out of water, has to go back in time to try to prevent this, and he has the phone at one point, still in 1960, and he throws it into the river, but everything has a butterfly effect,
right?
And those are the type of movies that make me like say, yeah, that made me think,
right?
Like
yeah,
even Butterfly Effect,
yeah, that was a good movie.
Yeah, and he had to keep going back, and he's ruining himself, and he's going insane, and it's these time travel movies to me are more fascinating than any other type of movie.
Oh, really?
Even fucking Endgame.
Have you ever seen the movie The Time Machine? That was pretty good. That was a good movie.
But there was no going back.
Right.
He could only go forward.
Right. That's
like
true.
So there
at one point it was broken. Yeah.
No, the concept of
That's
time.
All it ever did. It was
the concept of time has been created by man. So if you're to move forward, how are you to move back? You know what I'm saying?
Well, I don't. I never would understand how you can move back in time anyway. Maybe forward because things can just go like things can't once they're decayed and gone, they can't come back.
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, there's no going back
unless there's like some loop or like you go out outer space and you go through a time.
It's hard to even comprehend
to fathom it. Yeah, exactly.
It's like no, because it's dead and gone. You can't bring it back.
And that's kind of where I am, and I like that's why I like time travel shit, and like even if it's like an interdimensional stuff, I think that it's interesting, and I think about it all the time.
Oh, really?
I do. I think about it all the time.
No shit.
I don't necessarily think like, oh, I wonder what happens if I went back in time, but like you always have like these moments of deja vu,
right?
To where you're like, I went through this before, and it's totally verbatim.
Yeah.
What you fucking went through.
That's what the whole idea behind Tarantino's newest movie is. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Yeah, because we talked about in my last.
Right. Yeah. What if you could get in the way of this murderer?
Yeah, exactly. And
save Sharon Tate.
And to be honest with you, that scene at the end is fucking legit.
So yeah,
it's fucking really, badass.
The climax is so good.
Like the fucking flamethrower and shit.
Yeah,
it's like
the dog food can to the face.
Yeah,
that was brutal.
Yeah, it was fucking brutal.
He smashed her face into everything in that room. The phone, the wall, the fireplace.
And he was tripping, wasn't he? He was on like LSD or some shit like that.
LSD cigarette,
he fucking just went ham on everybody.
I just wish it was more Tarantino-esque throughout the movie.
I'm glad that it was not too much.
You're not too big of a fan.
Yeah, we talked about it before about the extent of his dialogue.
Yeah.
And like we were talking last week about the Hateful Eight and like how they made it into even longer on 4 episodes or some shit like that.
Cut,
and that I was like, it was already long.
I'm a big fan, but I didn't watch that one. Yeah, admittedly, I'm not gonna sit through it. It was long enough as it was.
Now, do you like him better when he's with Rodriguez when they make movies together?
I only know of the one that they did together. Is
They did Machete.
From Dusk Till Dawn.
They did Machete.
Together?
They did.
I didn't know.
Yes, they did. The gore movies like the 1970s.
Oh, the Grindhouse.
The Grindhouse.
Movies. Yeah, I remember those. Okay.
Yeah, they did those together.
I like those
because I think he did one, and then they did one, and then
Planet Terror was Robert Rodriguez.
Yes, that was him, and then
did, Death Proof.
But then they did the one together. There were 3, weren't there?
I'm not sure what the other one was. I know it was a double feature when they came out.
I thought it was a triple.
Might have been. I mean, no. I know when they showed the movies, it was a double feature.
Yeah.
With like cartoons in between and shit, and they were both kind of shorter than a regular movie. I think like an hour and a half, like an hour 20 or something.
Yeah, it was. It was.
I'm not sure about the time of those, but
Bruce Willis.
I know they played them back to back because I was working at a movie theater at the time.
Yeah. What movie theater did you work at?
It was in Thomaston, Maine.
Oh, okay. You were. Oh, yeah. I forgot you were in Maine for years.
Yeah, I was wearing a bow tie and a vest.
I wore a bow tie and a vest when I worked at the movie theater. Yeah, I worked at Lisbon Landing.
Oh no shit! That's cool. They wear polos. Like they're really relaxed.
Yeah, they're really chill.
Yeah.
Like I worked there, and I worked 3 jobs at the time.
Oh no shit!
So like it was go from one to the other, and it was okay, but my boss was younger than me. I was I was like 28 or 29 at the time, but my boss was younger than me, and he was trying to talk down, and I was like, yo, dude. I was like, I was like, I don't think you know how to be a boss right now because you're talking down to people. I was like, I'll fuck you up. And then I quit, like, right there. So.
Yeah, I've had a few bosses that were younger than me, and it usually doesn't bother me because, like, I'm in a position now where I can see, like, if this dude wants a future, I can help him, like, to be a good employee underneath him, you know?
Yeah.
I can help him up, like, help him to keep going, keep progressing, because it's not too late for him, you know? It's a little late for me.
It's not late for you at all. I mean,
not too late, but, you know, like...
It's not late at all. You're 33.
Like, I've already got a boss who's, you know, however many years younger. It's not as bad this time. I think it's only, like, 4 years.
Well, I think if you enjoy what you do, even, like, moderately... Love it. Then you're...
I loved what I was doing with you, though, too. That was really rewarding work.
Well, there was stress that was involved, and you didn't need it. And it's totally understandable, because you're not the type of person that I'd ever see mad.
Right. Oh,
so when I saw you mad at some points,
that was the
was like...
end.
I was like, he's going to leave.
I'm checking out,
Yeah. And that's okay, though, because that happens in life.
Remember when I freaked out at Foxwoods? There was one time that I freaked out.
When?
We were walking the back halls, and we were on our way out one day, and this one guy was just messing with me. I think the guy still works there. He was on podium every day, and I don't want to say anybody's name, but it's so long ago. It was like literally 2008.
You have to say a name, because I don't remember. Dawson.
Yeah, Dawson.
Fuck that guy.
Not S. Dawson. S. Dawson, if you're listening, you're a good guy.
S. Dawson, you're awesome. Scott,
you're awesome.
Scott, you're awesome.
Robert.
Yeah. I don't care. Rodney.
Yeah. Anyway, that guy, he was fucking... I turned around, I shoved him into a wall, and I was like, fucking back off.
Yeah, I do rember. That was the
last time, like, before the time it turned out where you work now, before that. Yeah, that was the only other time that I've exploded at somebody.
I had a lot of good times at that place. I just didn't like who was above us because it was a lot of talking down, and I'm not a big
with no credentials to show.
Yeah, I don't like when people like. I think if you're a boss, right, and this goes for anywhere, not just casinos, whatever. But if you're a boss, treat your employees like you want to be treated because they're in the shit, you know.
Earn that extra money.
Their knees are up to the mud is up to their knees, you know, because they're trying to like figure shit out. And when you're talking to them, then that brings it up to their fucking chest, and they don't know how to handle it sometimes. And you can't talk to someone with disrespect or malintent because
you gotta be professional.
Yeah. And even if you don't like the person, like just be like, you know, if you're not doing it, I had a job, right? When I was a kid, I was like 17 years old. It was like my second or third job because I worked at Disney and I worked at some fucking place like a Chuck E. Cheese type place.
Yeah.
But then I went to Subway. And I started working there, and there was this guy, and he was always on my back about like how I would make sandwiches. Yeah. And I know it sounds weird because it's Subway, you know, but it's nerve wracking.
Yeah, you're making food to order.
Yeah, especially when there's like a line of people, and you're trying to get it right, and you don't want to like skimp on anything and be a douche. You kind of want to be nice to everybody, and you're making this shit, and this kid's behind me like, you need to hurry. You need to hurry.
I don't like that.
And it was like constant, like for like hours. And I've only quit 3 jobs in my life. One of them was a movie theater. One of them was fucking, where the hell was it? I don't even remember where the second one was. But, and Subway, you know, and this dude was like on my back. No, it was a landscaping job that I quit. Because my boss, same thing, talking down to me. Fuck you, I'm out. You know, you do that. Once you do that.
Yeah.
I'm like, I can't respect it.
Once I lose respect for you, I'm not going to work.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, this guy, he's like on my back, and it was like, even the fucking people are like, dude, calm down. And I keep saying the thing that I saw in my orientation video. I'm like, I'm a sandwich artist, bro. Let me do my thing.
Right? Yeah.
You know,
time. Art takes time, bitch.
Yeah, and I'm like putting the meat on the thing, fucking doing the sandwich, passing it off to someone else, and he's like, you're doing this wrong, blah blah blah, and I'm like. Eventually, in front of people, I'm like, you know what? Go fuck yourself. I'm out. Do this shit yourself. And I'm like, take my hat off, throw it at them, and fucking walk out. And I'm 17 years old at the time. And I'm thinking I'm never gonna get a job again.
Yeah.
But I was hired.
Yeah,
So I was hired like a day to another place. So it was just so fucking nerve wracking.
Yeah. Making food to order is a lot. Having customers waiting on you is a lot. Like people with food and coffee. You never get it right.
What's your worst job experience?
I was working under the table at a gas station after I had gotten arrested and lost all my credibility in the workforce. So I had to work under the table for a little bit. At a gas station, and I was working for this guy, and I was working on Christmas. And the guy came in, he stormed in. He was
Wait, is this the gas station that's in Jewett City?
Sunoco, yeah. And he came in, and he was pissed off about something, complaining about other staff, and I freaked out. I was so upset because I was already working on Christmas for no extra money.
Yeah,
and he paid me money, like cash under the table, so I didn't have to worry about like this being on my resume. It's not going to be on my resume. So I just got pissed. I said, you know what? Merry Christmas. And I put my arms from one side of the counter to the other, and I just swept every little trinket, every piece of candy, everything that was on the counter, all over the floor.
Didn't they sell like paraphernalia? Was anything?
Glass? No, glass was all in the counter. Okay. So I didn't do any like real damage, but the dude had to pick up some cowtails and some Snickers bars. And shit. Like I hurt his ego a little bit. I know I didn't do any damage because I don't want him coming after me for whatever. But
and your favorite job is the job you currently have, right?
No, not really. I mean, this job is great, but like it's turning kind of corporate, so I don't love it so much. The bakery when I made bread, that was the best.
You seemed like you were fucking happy as shit, dude. I saw you braiding that shit like.
Just the people I worked with too, like it was fun. It was a really good time. Yeah, that bakery was like where I learned a lot about life. You know, it's a good place.
I think with me, Foxwoods was probably.
You were there a lot longer than me, so
I was, but I wasn't there that much longer than you. But the whole point was like I met people that forever will be my friends.
Yeah,
and forever, like some people I lost touch with, of course, because you're gonna do that after time. People have their own lives and shit. But when I can make friends at a place and we stay friends forever,
right?
You know,
then
true. I take that and I value that more than anything. And hadn't it been for bad management, I probably still would be there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm surprised at the people who we worked with then, like 10, 12, whatever years ago, that are still there. Like, that's like they really stuck it out.
Yeah,
like that's.
I actually talked to who you were talking about before that you were trying to get a job up at your place.
Yeah.
And I was the first person he met. Like he walked through my post.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Hey, I applied for here. What should I know?" And
that's
I'm like,
cool,
"Go work on side 2, man. You don't want to work over here."
Yeah.
Because I was at side 1 just randomly assigned over there.
Right.
And now he's been over on side wait, were we side 1?
We were side 1.
Okay, so I told him to go to side 1.
Yeah.
I told him to go to side 1. I was like, I request side 1, and he did, and he's been there ever since.
Yeah.
So it was like
the right choice. Yeah.
That's my dude, man, and I
had
love
he
that
gone
guy
to
so
side
much.
2, he might not have stayed. You know, because
bozos
on that side. No
well,
offense.
the manager that's over there passed, but he ended up being actually really cool as shit.
Yeah.
So, a lot of people thought he was a dick, but I thought he was fucking awesome. So it was a good time knowing him. He was a good guy, but
you know what I noticed the other day. I was watching an episode of Impractical Jokers, and one of the guys that works special events.
Yeah.
You see that punishment or whatever, where the guy he's standing around the pool just like acting cool, and his white polo, but you know the guy, right, with beard. I don't really know his name either. My name might be Tyler or something. He was on TV. I was like, holy shit.
Yeah.
I used to work with that guy.
One of the guys that I do Thanksgiving with every few years or whatever.
Yeah.
This guy named Jeff James.
Okay.
He's a lead or supervisor over there.
Yeah.
Or he was. He doesn't anymore. He works I think at like the sub base or some shit. But he was on that. And he had to escort Sal out of the fucking bingo hall.
Oh, cool.
He was one of those people.
Oh, I see. Because the bingo hall.
And I think,
when there was
I think Lestrapo was over there too, and he was one of the ones that dragged them out too.
That's so cool.
Yeah,
could have been us. We were right
there. It could have been us, yeah. So cool. But I mean, it was years after we were done. But still, man, it's fucking cool as shit.
It could have been, the first guy we were talking about could have been him.
Yeah,
he's still there, so that's cool.
Yeah, it is. It's pretty phenomenal, and working there, like, just the shit that happened in general, was like it was intriguing. Like
Very
it was
fun.
almost like crime type shit sometimes.
Yeah.
So it was like you had a like a chance to like see what it was like to like apprehend or like, even though we didn't do the apprehending, but it was like we're on the radio and we're like, this guy's going this way, da da da, this guy's going that way. And it was always kind of like a little exciting sometimes. So I valued that, but I valued the teamwork. Like there were some times where a person's about to fucking die. And we all converge, fucking put sheets up, someone's doing fucking CPR,
True,
they save a life, and we're like,
whoa.
Dude, we had something to do with that. Fucking high five.
Or the guy dies and we're like, well, we tried.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, well, no, they never die there.
Well,
if you remember the rule, they never die there.
Yeah, they're on their way to the hospital.
Yeah. So, but anyway, so
that was a fun place to work. I was 19 years old, so it was definitely fun.
It was.
Different.
My son was very little, and most of the people that went to my wedding were from all the people that were from my wedding went there. So like Madden and like Portello and Mordonio and like it was a really, really good time. I really did have a blast working there, and I regret saying some things after I left, which will never let me back in.
Oh, really?
So yeah, well, I posted a post on Facebook, and people shared it with that. Like I tagged everybody's name in it, then the boss, that was our boss at the time, had saw it, and it got around to. Then they're like, "No, we're not taking you back."
Social media is a bitch.
But I didn't care at the time either, because I was like so pissed off at the place.
What about Mohegan? Try that. I mean, let's not.
I don't want to work ever. I don't think I ever want to do security or casinos. Standing that much is ridiculous, and it's unhealthy. It's unhealthy because people get like blood clots and shit, and you know.
I sit a lot now. Stand and sit.
I sit like
90%. Yeah.
So
it's not good to do either for a long time.
Yeah, but what? So the bread making was your favorite?
Oh yeah, definitely. Because I learned a lot too, like useful stuff. Like if I needed to, I could make some bread. Out of just some flour and water.
Yeah.
Take a little while, like take longer than using yeast, but figure it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was most fun. I did that probably for the longest too. I did that for 5 or 6 years.
What was your first job ever?
Shaw's. Grocery store.
Bagging or
cashier.
Couldn't
sell alcohol though. The whole time I worked there, I couldn't sell alcohol. Anytime anybody bought alcohol, which was all the time, I'd have to like stand aside and bag groceries. But I was the cart pusher, and for $6 something an hour.
Dude, I worked at when I worked at Disney, it was even less. Like I think I was making like $5.25 an hour.
Yeah, I believe it.
But I thought it was bank. Like I was like 16 years old.
Yeah, your first job was before mine, like 6 years before mine, probably.
I was 16. I worked at Disney.
Yeah.
I worked at the Magic Kingdom. I swept like an area as big as this room.
Yeah.
And I would just sweep it constantly.
Oh, smoking section, right?
It was cigarette butts were everywhere anyway.
Yeah.
It was 191996.
Right.
You know, that was like when you were like 4.
People were smoking on the rides, on the roller coasters. Yeah. Fun.
Yeah. Well,
better days.
But like, as a person who you know, he smoked cigarettes for a long time.
Yep.
Are you glad you're kind of done with it, or do you still smoke occasionally?
I'll bum one here and there for my brother, but he's quitting now too.
Yeah.
But I'm not quitting nicotine. I still vape, like.
A tool. I get it.
Yeah, but it's supposedly not so bad. Less carcinogens. I mean, I'm no scientist. They don't have any long-term studies on this stuff. But I mean, my dad's wife she used to be an EMT. She knows some things. She's very adamant that it's going to put fluid in my lungs and give me pneumonia.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's.
Yeah. I mean, I hear a lot
vapor
of vapor
going into your lungs.
But if you think about people who live in a really humid area, right?
Yeah,
the air has more moisture.
Which up here is very humid.
Right, it's more humid here than in some places, but it's less than others. You know, the rainforest is very humid. So people who live near the rainforest, they're breathing in moisture all day long.
Yeah, but you grow.
There's moisture in your lungs.
It's different when you're just breathing it. like you're forcing it, like you're sucking on a glass dick
and holding it in. Yeah, metal and plastic.
Yeah,
really.
exactly. Have you ever feared that like maybe one of those battery things or the coils are gonna just fucking blow up in your face and you're not gonna have a face anymore?
No.
You should. It's gonna happen.
Has it happened to other people?
Oh yeah, big
well,
time.
I think people abuse them, and a lot of the negative things they say about vaping were because there was a lot of bootleg products going around.
Yeah, like selling it at Sunoco gas stations that.
I used to sell. Well, no, I was working there pre-vape. Anyway,
you worked there during synthetic weed.
Yes, K2s. That was the killer.
K2 astronauts or whatever the fuck.
Yeah,
or
it was so
Space
many different
Cadet.
names. Yep.
Yeah.
And like Dragon's Blood. There was one called Dragon's Blood. One of them was blue, and one of them was red.
What did they make it out of? What was it? Just chemicals?
Definitely just random plants that they sprayed with chemicals. So like you'd get like some dandelion, even like you'd go through there and there'd be weeds all chopped up, and then they just spray it with whatever chemical gets you high. Then you smoke that chemical. Like the plant material was just a base to put their drug onto.
Oh, so it wasn't like THC. It wasn't like weed.
No, it's just some random ass plant material.
Really?
I believe so. Yeah, because it looked like weed, but I definitely have found like dandelion heads in the bag before. Like, 'cause it's not ground up enough or whatever. Because they mass produce this stuff, guaranteed.
So it's banned now, right? Everywhere.
Yeah, but they kept changing it a little bit, like changing the chemical structure to make it not illegal. So who knows what they're doing now?
I know that a dude that I used to work with used to go to that place. That's where I would see you all the time. And he would get the shit. And I'm like, what the hell are you fucking...
I heard that it was putting holes in people's hearts and stuff. And
yeah.
I got it. I mean, I smoked some of it. I can't say it. And I sold it.
Did you get high off of it, though?
No. It's like a salvia, if anybody's ever tried salvia.
Doesn't salvia, like, make people go nuts and shit? I would see, like...
Temporarily, yeah.
There were, like, videos of people jumping out windows and shit like that. Like, yeah, there's one where a dude just... He's with his girlfriend. They're on a couch. He smokes it, and then 2 seconds later, he just jumps through the fucking window.
It's so hard to tell. I don't know, because anything can be laced with anything. Like anything can have anything,
Yeah.
So like you never know if like the weed that you're smoking isn't like laced with I don't know cocaine or.
Don't do drugs.
Well, get them from a dispensary. Get them from a reputable source.
Well, I don't consider weed a drug.
Oh, it is, but it's a good one.
But. Like tobacco, it's grown. I mean, unless you're putting synthetics in it, it's a natural thing.
Yeah.
I believe that it's okay because you don't hear about people dying on weed. You know?
Right.
Now, alcohol, I think should be banned. I'm a big hater on fucking alcohol.
Yeah.
It's abused. It is the most addictive thing. Like, I think it's the, like, number one reason for addiction, pretty much.
If there was a gateway drug, I'd say it was that.
It's that and pills.
Yeah, for sure.
Your
doctor is your drug dealer at first.
Exactly.
Until you can't get your prescription.
Exactly, and I just think that alcohol is just one of those things that, it's bad, man.
Yeah,
it ruins lives.
If they're going to legalize alcohol, I feel that they should legalize all other drugs. Because it's just as bad.
I don't think all of it is.
It's just as bad as anything else.
I just had a friend who, and it unfortunately passed away like 3 days ago. And I wouldn't even say a friend, but more of an acquaintance, a person that I knew in high school. We were friends back then. We haven't talked to each other in years. But they passed away because they were, they're addicted to stuff. And it got laced with something.
Yeah, right. Well, I feel like regulation is a good idea. I feel like if they legalized everything, they'd be like dispensaries, like how there is for weed. I don't think that weed's a big deal at all, and that's my opinion. And you don't.
I don't think it's
like big. But they regulate it, so like I know my weed's not laced with anything.
Yeah.
So like there are places now that'll give people who are hooked on heroin or free methadone. So like to legalize heroin or to at least make it, I don't know. Make it safe. And
I don't think enabling people is a good thing.
Well,
and I think if you give them the excuse to do it, and you look, we went through prohibition, or not we, but like when in the 1920s or whatever, they go through prohibition. They legalized it because of the fact that they could tax it.
Right.
And the reason why they did that was to stop the bootlegging. Right. And
because people were getting sick drinking bathtub liquor and stuff.
Yeah,
exactly.
Versions
are unhealthy.
Yeah. So the weed thing is like, for one, I know the Federal Reserve doesn't hold the money. You can't put the money in banks because it's technically drug money.
Right.
So we have to wait until even legalizing is it's not federal though.
Right. No. You're right.
So you could buy weed in Mass and come to Connecticut, still get pulled over, and even if it's legal weed,
it's illegal. It's illegal to cross state lines.
Yes, exactly. So until there's a taxation, like a big, away from them to make money, like a federal thing to where the Federal Reserve they let money be put in the banks.
Right.
We're going to be in the situation of there's going to be an uptick in robberies because even if they have big safes, motherfuckers are going to try to get into it because anybody that holds the money for them, or they have to make their own banks.
Yeah.
They have to make their own banking system to where they could put their money in it and it's secure and it's insured. So once money gets robbed from a vault inside of a place, that money's not insured.
No, you're right. I do feel like the money's more safe with, like, they can't take credit cards at the dispensary.
Yeah.
So, like, digital money is safer than paper money. So, like, kind of, like, if they're not able to put that, I think they're able to put it in the bank somehow. Like, I don't know. It may not be a federally accredited bank or something, but I know they don't have all their cash piled up in the basement or something.
Well, in Colorado they did.
Yeah,
they did. They had big safes in these buildings that they were having at the dispensary, and there were big ass safes with millions of dollars of cash, and they didn't have anywhere to put their money anymore.
Yeah,
because it was just too much.
Yeah, they
had money on pallets.
Yeah, they should invest in Bitcoin.
Something, dude.
Yeah, something. Yeah.
But it was the fact that there's no way to federally put it into the bank without it causing a stir, because then it's drug money. They can't take it.
Yeah.
So once that is it's legalized federally, which what the president's trying to do right now is to try to get it legalized. Is once that happens, then it's going to be way more mainstream. So if you're getting stocks and your stocks are in that market, dude, once these states like mass connecting states, like in Rhode Island, is it legal or is it
medically?
So it's decriminalized.
Yeah, I don't know what
it's decriminalized here, which decriminalized means that if you have so much,
it's not against the law. It's a misdemeanor.
Yeah, it's a misdemeanor. So I think it's decriminalized there too.
Same.
So if it's like that here, but if all these states that are surrounding, especially New England states, Mass, New Hampshire, Connecticut, Rhode Island, Maine. And they all get legalized. You're going to see like a domino effect. And it seems like it's this side, even though it's California and Colorado and some other states, I think if it legalizes in New York, New York, Massachusetts.
It's already legal there.
That's what I'm saying. Is if you see that domino effect of every state starting to do it, you're going to see that within like a year of like in Connecticut, it's going to be legal.
Yeah, like, it's already happened faster than I ever imagined.
Yeah.
My old man used to tell me, like, because I got arrested in 2009 for possession of less than 4 ounces, which is like $800 worth of pot.
Yeah.
So, but I had like $10 worth on me. So then I got arrested, lost my job, all this shit. Had to go through the court system, had to go to community service, all this stuff. Now it's legal. Like, it's totally fine to have that shit. I went and bought it at the store the other day, paid taxes on it. Like, it's just state taxes only.
Yeah, state tax.
I'd gladly pay a federal tax, though.
Yeah.
It's stupid. It's just a good way for the country to make money, and it doesn't hurt anybody.
Well, that and taxes probably could be lowered all the way around otherwise, because that it's going to be a booming market to where they're going to fucking tax the shit out of it, and everybody's going to buy it regardless. People buy fucking $20 packs of cigarettes.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
You don't think people tell any pothead that their money is going to help schools?
You put 4 joints in a pack for fucking $50 or some shit like that, and you say, "Hey, man, this is it." You could buy it at fucking Cumberland Farms now.
That'd be great. I mean, just to be carded, because that's how they do it with alcohol. You have to be 21 to have alcohol, 21 to have marijuana, but you can't buy marijuana at the grocery store.
Yeah.
Which doesn't make any sense.
What do you think about like when COVID was going on and they would keep package stores open, but they would close like a fucking Walmart where you got to get groceries?
Yeah, well, they kept Walmart open, but like they closed a lot of stuff that was way more important than package stores, liquor stores. Makes no sense. Yeah. I mean, I feel like it's because people are depressed. and it helps them cope. Like, I feel there's a lot of coping mechanisms in the world, like religion, not to get too far into anything, like, controversial, but, there's a lot of
but,
things
like,
that
don't you think
are...
if you're indoors and you have those people that are alcoholics, it's going to stir up more domestic violence, right?
I think it's more annoying that the bars stayed open. Like, as long as you were eating or drinking at a bar, you could go... And just, but restaurants were closed, but bars were open. It's
like mom and pop places that had to close down because of this.
I totally don't agree with that at all.
I don't agree with it.
It doesn't make any sense.
And my outlook on that is, I understand kind of why they did it, because there are a lot of people that are addicted, and you would have a lot of people that would get they would have withdrawals,
right,
if they didn't get it, right. and that in itself sucks, because I've seen people go through it.
Right, but it should show you what a problem it actually is.
Exactly.
You can't stop giving it to them because they'll die.
Yeah, exactly.
Sick. It's like, ugh.
And you have all these wet brains that have drank themselves pretty much down a fucking, a bottle, and they go nuts because they can't get a fucking,
I don't think the government cares too much about what we're stuck. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I think they're pretty happy with themselves that they got us hooked on nicotine and alcohol. and whatever else.
Yeah. But anything that could be taxed really, right. They don't give a shit.
Exactly.
That's why weed is like, they're like, come on, man. We'll raise the prices to gas, and you guys could go get your weed that's 40 miles away, because they're not going to put a dispensary in your town.
Right.
And then
I drive an hour.
You're gonna have to pay for that gas to get to where you need to go to buy the weed that's going to be taxed.
20%.
Yeah.
And then when the federal government gets in, they're going to do another 20% or whatever,
Yeah. You're going to be paying 4 times what you would pay for a dime bag.
I'm lucky though. Working at where I work, I get a 40% discount.
Oh, okay.
40%.
Looking at me, I don't give a shit. I don't smoke. I don't smoke people.
I know. So he doesn't smoke weed.
It's not my thing.
I'm trying to convince you to, and it's becoming more and more okay.
It's always been okay to me though. I've never been a person that's been like, these guys are smoking weed. I'm not hanging out. Drugs are not cool.
It's not about breaking the law though. That's not what you're thinking.
It's not even about that.
Okay.
To me, it's about, I just don't want to. It's like drinking, right?
Yeah.
I could do it.
Yeah.
I'm old enough, but I just don't want to.
When you think of me, you think of a happy-go-lucky, somewhat, not in a negative way, but somewhat dopey, not dopey, but happy, just happy to be here.
I definitely, but for the most part, when you see me, I act the same way.
I know,
I'm not dopey, but I'm I'm like,
we have a good time. We
have a good time.
Silly,
But when you leave, those feelings, they haven't left. I'm upset. I'm still gonna be depressed. So even if I smoke,
it doesn't. It doesn't put your problems away.
Yes, exactly.
It helps you be okay with.
It helps you
problems.
cope. I get it.
Yeah, some problems you can't get rid of.
But I just don't. I don't feel like it's going to solve anything. You know what I'm saying? Because the shit is still there at the end of the day. I'm going to be...
At the end of the day, all that matters is that you're okay. You're always going to have problems.
Yeah, no. But that's what I mean is...
Good,
but
I'm... it's not... it makes it sound bad. You want to feel good. You want to it's not like that. It's just... But life's too short to not be happy,
I'm not happy. I have depression. It's clinical depression. So it has nothing to do with happiness or sadness. Depression isn't that.
Right.
I'm not sad. I don't see that's not the way it goes. It's I could be the happiest guy in the world. I have a beautiful life.
Yeah.
I have 2 beautiful kids.
Good life.
My house is straight.
Yeah.
I'm good. I just got accepted for DoorDash.
You're doing great, dude. Living the high life.
No, yeah, right. I just got laid off my job. But no, it
could be worse. It'll always be worse.
Yeah, I know it, but that's what I think. My thinking would be, my process of thinking would be, I could be, we could be homeless. Right. We could be this, we could be that. Or I could be addicted to drugs. Yeah. I could be an alcoholic. There's so many things that could be way more wrong than just me being depressed.
Right.
And even though it might help the depression, when I stop, it's back.
Yeah.
And I don't want to keep doing something to suppress.
Yeah.
And that's why I won't do meds. That's why I don't smoke weed. That's why I don't drink, because everything's about a suppression. My brother was on antidepressants before he passed away, and he got taken off of them.
Yeah, it's not good.
And his feelings came back.
Well, that's the problem, is that once you're on that stuff, you can't stop.
Yeah,
I get that. Or you have to be on to something else after.
Yeah,
I get that.
Or they take down your regimen. Yeah. So like you'll be on something that's so much milligrams. They'll say you're doing okay. We're gonna try to wean you off of it, and it doesn't work that way.
Right.
And I don't think weed would have that same effect, but I think that weed would make me feel good temporarily, and I don't want a temporary feeling. I think that's kind of the gist of it. Is look, normally I'm okay, I'm happy.
Yeah.
But thoughts are in my head; they're always going to be there. Weed or not,
right?
Like they're going to be there.
No, you're right.
And
I just feel like it makes it like I hate to be like somebody who's like, oh, I fall back on this as a thing. Like this is my go-to.
And you don't. No.
But life sucks.
Look, man.
Sometimes
I get why people want cloudy. I get why people want to be cloudy.
Cloudy.
I get it. Yeah, because
it.
I just drank a 30-pack. You think good job? A 30-pack of what? Mountain Dew?
Looks like course to me.
I don't know.
I just feel like everybody's got their vice,
Yeah.
And it's just the way to cope with how shitty life is. We're all stuck here for
But I don't think that I should have to.
No, I know you shouldn't have to, but life sucks, bro.
Yeah, I know, but what am I can't really explain it. Yeah. And I've always kind of been, I'm not going to do it.
Yeah.
And I guess I could relate it back to my father or my stepfather. My father was an addict.
Yeah, I know.
And it started somewhere. And it's not saying that weed's a gateway.
No, I get it.
But
you might have an addictive personality, and you don't want to tempt I get it. You're
exactly.
I get that.
And I don't drink because of that same reason. Because I saw what my mom went through with an alcoholic. I don't want to put my kids into that spot. And it's not. I don't think I think I'd be a happy drunk. Right. I think I'd be a happy person that time.
No, you probably get sad. Probably get sad.
Probably because of depression.
Because you're just an emotional guy. You'd be like, "I love you, man," and then you'd cry about like how much you love everybody.
Yeah, that's not necessarily sad. That's but I do have depression, so it might affect me in a way that's negative.
Yeah.
So,
sure.
And thank you, Snap, for coming in. Really do appreciate it.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. It could be the worst thing you ever do in your life. I'm just saying.
I don't think it would. I mean, I've been, around it. I don't really care. Like, it doesn't matter to me. My thing about getting healthy or being mentally healthy would be just to like taking toxicity out. And sometimes it's people. Sometimes it's a person that does it to me because they treat me a certain way. Like, I have friends that unlike you, who's been nothing but supportive throughout whatever the fuck I go through,
Yeah, I try.
There's people that will talk to me and relay their problems, which I'm okay with doing. Yeah. But the second I start talking about something in mine, I don't hear from them. Or they disappear, they ghost me.
Yeah.
And that's as a 40-year-old dude that doesn't really have that many people that I communicate with.
Yeah.
When I do try to kind of open up a little bit, and they're like, well, they'll talk about their problem. I'll be like, well, I wish, I hope you're all right and all this other stuff. And then it's like, well, my mom died and I'm sad. And they'll be like, all right, well, man, I'll see you later. It's like, that's how it is sometimes. And I could show you the messages to where it's like, they give me a book of shit. I say something about myself, and then it's like they're fucking done.
Yeah.
And that to me isn't a friend. And I hey baby, and I don't need the toxic people like that around.
So where you feel like you're being emotionally used, kind of thing. They need you as a crutch, but you can't use them as a crutch.
Yeah, like a doormat almost. It's like, hey, I could talk to you and tear up.
Yeah, I find it easy to write people off. I feel like not everybody can be for everybody, and some people are opportunistic in that way.
Yeah,
they'll be your friend when they need you, and then once you start asking for something, hi, how's it going?
Riley, get out of here. Okay, well, that's my daughter. For anybody that's actually comes to the podcast,
she's not shy. She's not shy.
Yeah, she's not shy at all. She's weird. Could you go?
See yourself? Maybe.
Okay.
All
well, go to Mama. Go watch some TV. Play on your iPad. So, yeah, people are opportunistic, and they take advantage of a moment. Instead of taking advantage of being there, like just be there.
Right.
And I talked to a friend yesterday that I haven't talked to in a long time.
Yeah.
And he got emotional. And I sat there and I explained to him, I'm like, I'm here to help. If you need me, I got you.
Yeah.
And like, he just needed to vent, needed to say things, get it off his chest.
Yeah.
And I listened. And I didn't say anything about myself. I didn't talk about me or any of my problems, but it was just, I was there, and just like I would be there for you or anybody else.
I know
people,
that too.
Yeah, and people tend to, when I do reciprocate and I come back with whatever my issue is, some people are just like, all right. And then they slowly kind of back up and they walk out the room backwards because they don't know how to process it. They don't know how to...
Some people are just bad at consoling other people.
Yeah.
Or like putting themselves in their shoes or feel like, trying to be empathetic or whatever. Some people just feel awkward in that position. What do you say to somebody? Like sometimes you don't, like, if you just feel foolish saying I'm sorry to hear, but it's like how much does that even really mean,
Yeah.
I don't know.
I just
it's
think
nice
that
to know that like somebody's thinking about you, but like a lot of times I don't like to be forced to talk about like.
And I don't think you should.
Right.
Like, I'm not going to come up to you, what's wrong, bud?
Yeah.
How you doing? No, but if somebody's like, dude, I want to talk.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right, dude, let's fucking converse. I'm here for you.
Right.
And then they talk, and then you need to get something off your chest. I think that you should be able to. Like, when you need to talk to me, I'll be like, I'm not trying to one-up you.
Yeah.
Right?
No, I know.
It's not like I remember when I did this, and
da-da-da-da. Friends that are like
no,
that.
it's not about that. It's about, like, I've been there before, bro. I got your back. Yeah. This is what happened to me, and this is why, like, I could talk to you about this.
I could relate, but
exactly.
Yeah, but I know it's still about your problem.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what I think that's what the problem is when it comes to conversing to some people, because they think it's totally me time.
Right.
And I need to get a lot of shit off my chest a lot of the time.
Right.
Because I ball up everything. I don't get to talk to my wife about it. And the only reason why I don't get to talk to her about it is because I don't want to put it on her all the time. It's a lot.
Yeah.
And depression, bipolar disorder, whatever it is a a lot of shit for one person to handle. So I spread that shit around.
Yeah.
That's why I've been making the videos on Facebook to try to just kind of get my word out.
Yeah.
That if you need help, I'm here.
Right.
Trying
to build a base, though, like a foundation of people who can reciprocate. I get the
if you need help, I got you.
Yeah,
I'm more than willing to talk about whatever I got on my chest.
Yeah,
and I'm more than willing to listen to whatever you got. And I think that's what my problem was a little while back is, like, what's wrong? Somebody asked me what's wrong,
right?
And then I say the one little thing, like, I'm just not feeling life today. And then it was a tangent, and then they got their sentence off or their paragraph or their book, and it became almost like they were draining all their problems on me like the whole time, and then I didn't even get a word in after. And it wasn't like they were being a dick about it, but it was like, okay, like
they were just waiting to respond while you were talking. They were just waiting to say unleash their own
exactly
stuff. Like, wow, that's crazy. Listen to this. Like, I don't know.
Exactly.
That's do that, like, not with like empathy, but like with anything. Try to tell a story that's in your opinion unbelievable, and the next guy's like, oh, that's crazy, and then they tell a story that's even more unbelievable.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't even believe your fucking story.
And everybody has a friend like that.
Oh, yeah.
But it's just, I just want to be like, depression's hard to handle.
Oh yeah.
It's something that is gonna, and I appreciate the fact that we're talking about mental health.
Yeah, of course.
Because obviously we've been on a walk together for suicide prevention. We've done things to like combat that, to help people, to push people to get help.
Oh yeah.
And that's the whole point of like talking. And I don't think when that person comes that they're serious about what they say sometimes. It's like me. It shouldn't be like a book about you and then I say one word and then it's another book about you. Right. My thing is like, let's have a back and forth. Mm-hmm. Let's talk a little bit.
Right.
Let's not compare issues, but let's let them out.
Yeah.
And not block the other person from even saying anything. Right. Because when you do that, you're making it about you. And I suffer from depression. You have depression. Let's talk about it. Like, let's see what the problem is to where we could figure it out. And I've said this before, it's my saying.
Yeah.
Put it on a t-shirt. Maybe it's inspirational. I don't know. But it's make reasons, not excuses.
Yeah.
You know, make reasons to live, not excuses to die. Right?
It's a good one.
So don't make it a story about like how you want to. I want to fucking die all the damn time. I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
I'm at terms with dying. When it happens,
it's gonna happen.
I'm okay.
Yep.
You know, but at the same time, I say, man, sometimes I don't feel like living. It happens, but I'm not making it to where it's like this big fucking thing of how I'm gonna do shit, why I'm gonna do shit. Like, it's not about that. It's about like, this is the way I feel today. I just want somebody to know I need help.
Right.
Help me.
Everybody, I can't speak for everybody, but it is worrisome when you see somebody, like, I don't talk to you every day, but
no,
every once in a while I'll see these posts and I get scared for you. You know,
I think you should.
Yeah,
and rightfully so.
But if I don't reach out, you know,
it's like, not, dude. I know.
It's not a regret
there's
thing,
the people. There's people that I know, and then there's people that I know that are doing it just to, like, hope that it happens, probably, and then no, you're not understanding. But like, there's those people that are like we just talked.
Yeah,
we just talked, and this happened. You know what I'm saying? There's like those people, like almost like clout chasers, and there are, dude. Yeah. There are.
I'm sure.
I have a friend named Brian, and I love Brian, and not Brian Kiefer, but it's a Brian that passed away, and Brian had some issues, and things were going on, and I don't mean to say names or anything like that, but I love Brian. I've known him since we were like 11 years old. I was one of the first people that I met when I moved into this town, right? So Brian had some troubles. He went away for a while. He got out. He was fine. But he did something fucked up again, went away for a while again. Got out, cleaned up, got a girlfriend. Everything was going great. Good job, everything. Life was going fine. Brian would message me after he was in a car accident that his girlfriend died in the car accident.
Oh, wow.
And he would talk to me, and he was like, I want to meet up with you. And I'm like, can't. Like, I'm at work, you know? If it's on a Friday or Saturday, dude, I can't meet up with you. I gotta work. Yeah. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, whatever day you want to meet up. I got 4 days off.
Right.
I'll meet up with you. Never would message me on any of those days. Always would message me on a Friday. Yeah. Dude, you want to meet up, man? I gotta talk. I'm like, I could talk right here, dude. We call me on the phone. We could chat.
Yep.
And sometimes it would. Sometimes it wouldn't. But some shit happened. He ended up in WINY. If you know what that is, that's like a news website, Facebook thing that is local, and he's in it. And it was after his lady passed away, and he was caught with stuff. So he was probably going to go away again.
Stuff like drugs?
Or... Yeah.
Okay. And
he ended up, like, days prior to that, was like, let's talk. You know, I want to meet up. Can't, dude. I'm working, Brian. Yeah, I cannot go.
Right.
And he ended up dying. And it wasn't like Brian never did drugs, but he was so depressed that he couldn't handle the pressure. And I wasn't there, you know? And when he wanted to talk to me so many times, he probably messaged a whole bunch of other people too.
Yeah.
But then you see people on Facebook or social media, and they're saying how good of friends they were with this person.
Yeah.
And there are people like that. There are clout chasers that will, and I don't think that people will do it like right before suicide. I think a person that's going to commit suicide is not going to post about it. They're not going to get vocal about it. They're not going to be like that.
Right.
And
it's not just about whether you're going to do it or not. It's whether it's a cry for help or not. Like, cause
mine is a cry for help.
Yeah.
I 100%.
But that's when you need people to give a shit. You know.
Yeah.
Like so. Like I don't think that at any point you're gonna end your life, but you know, like it's serious enough to you know, say something, like to reach out, and like you seem serious enough to where it's like it's no joke. Like
I've been on the verge quite a bit, like, and I don't handle my mind well. Right? So, like, when I get upset, I have to say it out loud, because if I don't say it out loud, then I think that it will happen. It's almost like a speak about it so it, like, doesn't happen. Because if I speak about it, there will be a person like you. There will be a person like my friend Ruben. You know Ruben. Do you know Ruben?
Yeah, well,
we
work together,
okay.
But opposite shifts.
Okay, so, like, or Brian Kiefer.
Yeah.
Like, those are people that usually, right away, what's going on. I'll tell them what's going on. They understand what's going on. And I'm not looking necessarily for sympathy. I'm looking for someone to just take their hand out and be like, hey, man, like, I'm here, you know? And that, to me, gives me reason for existence, if that makes any sense. My kids are already my reason for existence.
Yeah.
But when it comes to... that's all I got. You know, it's like that. I don't have my mom anymore. I don't have my brother anymore. You know, I don't.
You ought to watch this documentary I watched. I've been wanting to bring it up. It's called Ernie and Joe.
Yeah.
Crisis Cops.
Yeah.
And it's about two dudes they're police officers, but it's not a movie. It's a documentary about these two guys, and they both have mental health issues, and they dedicate their lives to helping people who are literally on the edge of a bridge, like they're talking people off of a bridge, and they've been there themselves also.
Yeah.
So,
and that's kind of what...
not to say that you need purpose, but like if anybody understands mental health, it's you, like, or mental issues, you know, you get it.
And without getting emotional, it's kind of where I'm like, that's why I make the videos. That's why I talk and say, hey, it's okay to talk.
You'd be like a good fit for social work or something, you know, like maybe because you can at least be on that level with people where they're not on that level with you, you know.
Yeah,
they're not professionals, you know, but I mean,
I think having a person with a PhD or a diploma in anything doesn't make you a professional.
Right.
Like, and that's exactly my reason for not ever going to a doctor, is because this guy's paid to say shit that I need to hear, rather than a person that is going through the same shit that may need to talk. You know, that's what the difference is between going and getting medication and going to talk to someone that loves me. Right. You know?
Well, there's a huge difference between knowing that someone is suffering and then knowing what that suffering actually feels like.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah.
Like and that's what separates people like you from people who just don't seem to get it.
Yeah.
You know? So like it's some people just don't.
Yeah.
I don't know how some people stay so fucking happy. So
no, I don't. Like, there's some people that don't even know, they don't have empathy. There's no like, oh, I kind of felt that way before.
Yeah.
Like, it's just like, oh, you know, whatever, man. You know, suck it up.
I assume that everybody feels the way that you feel at some point. But, like, you don't see that. You know, you don't see what goes on behind other people's doors.
But that's why people do commit suicide.
Right.
That's why because they bottle it up.
They can't express themselves, exactly. Yeah. So, and they lash out on others.
Yeah, and I've had a few people, and thank you to whoever you are, you know who you are. I've had a few people that have come to my Facebook and said, I'm here. Like, if you want to fucking go on the podcast with me, I'm more than willing to talk about this shit with you.
Yeah.
And being serious, like, I'm worried about you, Sean. You know, let's talk. Yeah. And I'm like, that's all I want, dude.
In a private message that they're not trying to show other people that they care. They're trying to show you that they care.
Exactly. And that's kind of where I'm like almost thinking that success is happening because it will get people that are like-minded, that are kind of happy and are happy with life, but not necessarily feeling life.
Right.
Because I'm happy with life.
Yeah.
You know? I don't even care that my wife doesn't have sex with me. I literally have a happy life.
I'm not even married yet, and I've got. I mean,
you hit the wall.
You get tired, you get full. You know, once you're full of dinner, it's like, well, I'm going to bed.
Yeah. So, and I think that's what is intriguing about a lot of stuff is like the human brain and thinking the way that I think, and this has been only the past 25 years. Like, when I was a kid, I was a happy kid, you know? There wasn't, like, not a moment in my life other than when my mom was getting beat or whatever to where I contemplating doing something to myself. Because I didn't know a way out because my mom would side with my stepfather. So it was always kind of like why am I here if she doesn't even care about me? But then I figured it out after years of her getting abused is that she just was manipulated by the situation, was scared, you know, and she couldn't do anything about it. And she could have, because this room was up for offer. I said, you want to live here? You have the room. I'll move all my shit out. You have a home, rent free, no bills. I got you. And it was like, no. It was like, I don't think Larry would like that, you know. And it's like, Mom, like, he's fucking beat you. He's never beat me, Mom.
You can only
the fuck are you talking about?
You can only help people who want the help.
Exactly. And unfortunately, you know, her passing was like something that hit me hard because of it, because I couldn't do anything. So, and I talked about this last week. I said that a lot today.
Yeah.
I talked about this last week to where...
Yeah, it's just touching on the same topic.
Yeah.
That's all.
I said it last week to where it was like, we talked before she passed, like a week before, and everything went well. You know, it was the first time we had a discussion that didn't involve my brother, that didn't involve her, you know, me trying to get her to move out. Like, we just had regular conversations, and it was great. And at least she left out like that instead of us being arguing at each other, me being mad or resenting her because of something. And my aunt told me, she was like, don't live with the regret of your mom making the choice that she made. She made it. That wasn't your choice. You're not a bad son. It doesn't make you a bad father.
Yeah, it's out of your control. So,
yeah, exactly. And she puts a lot of things into perspective for me. She's a great woman. Like, she is religious, but I'm not. She knows that. She doesn't try to force anything on me, and she's always like, suck it up sometimes. And that's who Rich was. Rich... When I was going through these depression things, it was way before my brother passed. Yeah. You know, you saw it on Facebook even then.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, I remember you you were a depressed person in 2007.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure it went before that too. Yeah. But since I've known you.
Yeah. And Rich would always be like, suck it up. Not so much like that, but like, everything's all right. You got a family. You got your kids. You got this.
You
got
just gotta
that.
remember that life sucks, man.
Yeah.
Like, that's it.
And that's what I do.
Get through.
And
that's what sucks about it. Like, it does seem like, what's the point? Like, we're just getting through. But that you didn't ask to be born, but you were born, and here you are.
Yeah.
A free thinking person, and you're gonna die eventually. But just enjoy it until then. You know, that's it. Like, do the best you can with it. Sucks. You could have been a woman in Saudi Arabia. I say that shit all the time.
Yeah.
They got no rights, you know? And that's unfortunate.
Yeah,
but,
it is.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, it's a lot worse elsewhere. I mean, that's like not a suck it up type thing. I hate saying suck it up to people. It's really hard to not feel the way you feel.
I don't mind a person saying suck it up. I just mind who says suck it up.
Yeah.
I think if the person knows me, I'm okay with it. Yeah. But if a person's just like, fuck you, you don't feel depression. It's not a thing. I'm Tom Cruise. No, like, depression's not a thing. Go fuck yourself. Yeah. You know, and I'm like,
I'm telling you, this documentary is good. It explains it. It's like
I'll watch it.
These people who hear voices, it's like you can't discredit what they feel, what they hear. Like, it's real to them. It's as real as anything.
Yeah.
So like the way that they feel, like you can't throw.
What's
that
it called again?
Ernie and Joe, Crisis Cops.
Ernie and Joe, Crisis Cops. Go watch it.
Yeah, watch it. Everybody who's listening.
I'm gonna watch it.
It's real good. It came out in 2019, but it has a lot to do with like cops responding to people who are like mentally ill and they're having like
mentally distressed,
they're irate, and they may or may not be on drugs, or they may be like strung out because they're not on drugs or whatever. And a lot of times it leads to that person, or it leads to not the ideal situation playing out.
Well, domestic anything that's
de-escalators. You know what I mean?
Anything that is domestic is like they're like the worst things to go to.
Right.
They're the most dangerous things to go to.
Yeah, right. And they say that too. It's like it's not a bad thing to admit that you're scared when you're going into a situation like that. Like, I don't know. Like, you have to get on the people's level. You can't just go out there guns drawn and all this. And it's good. You would really like it.
I'll watch it. I'll watch it tonight probably. I'm big into documentaries, bro. I watch them all the time.
Yeah,
like I just said,
I dive pretty deep into the mental health stuff. So.
I watched the Bob Lazar thing, like I said.
Yeah.
I watch a lot of shit.
Dude, he's legit. Bob Lazar is...
Do you think he's legit, though?
Oh, he was talking about Element 115 before. Like, he was claiming a lot of things back in the 80s, and the government was denying it.
Yeah,
they said he didn't even work there.
The hand thing. Do you remember when they talked about the hand scanner at the gate of the place that they went in?
I don't think so, no.
Yeah, like there's a hand scanner. Hey, baby. There's a hand scanner. She just wants to get on camera, and you're the closest camera. So...
It's right there.
It's right here, Ray. You gotta wait right there. You'll see it eventually. My daughter's in the room for the guys that are listening to the podcast. All right, Ray, go play with the iPad.
We'll be done soon.
I'll be done soon, boo-boo. Okay, it died. Oh, my bad.
He claimed a lot of things ahead. I didn't see the hand scanner thing.
There's a hand scanner thing. It's right at the beginning of this documentary on Facebook or on Netflix.
Okay.
And it's this hand scanner thing that measures the bone density in your fingers because that's how they would identify you. It wasn't fingerprints.
Right.
It was the bone density and the spaces in between your
joints
bones.
And all that. Yeah. Okay.
And he explained it. He drew it. And then, maybe 10 years ago, they came out with this picture, and it had the hand scanner on it.
Oh,
and he
all
was
this old equipment, those pictures, I think.
And he was like, yeah, that actually exists. What are you doing? Why are you back? My daughter's back. Thank you for coming back.
Yeah, so the hand scanner thing I didn't know about. Element 115, he claimed that existed in, like, the 70s or 80s. Go ahead.
Say hi on here, and then you gotta go.
Hi here.
Hi here.
Say hi, I'm Riley.
Hi, I'm Riley.
Okay, go bye.
All right,
go bye.
See you later.
Go to mommy.
We're gonna come out.
Go to mommy. We'll be there in a minute. Right. Go to mommy. We'll be there in a minute.
See ya.
But
I don't know what Element 115 is, but he claimed a lot of things that were true. All right, and then they denied it, and then eventually they ended up being right, like this hand scanner that I didn't even know about. So
well, his they said that he didn't go to a certain university. And then they had a brochure, and he's on one of the fucking pictures in the brochure.
Yeah.
And they have his name in the directory.
Right.
For Robert Lazar.
I believe it.
And so, government does, cover up.
Oh, yeah, of course.
What's your favorite conspiracy?
Biggie and Tupac.
Biggie and Tupac?
Easily.
I don't think it's too much of a conspiracy. I think it's kind of cut and dry.
I don't know.
I think he was killed. I think Biggie was obviously killed by one of those Bloods.
Suge Knight, though?
No, I don't think he was killed by Suge Knight. I think Suge Knight hired.
Puff Daddy? Was P. Diddy involved? I think P. Diddy was involved.
No, I don't think P. Diddy was involved.
What do you think? Tupac might still be alive today?
I think that Tupac was a hit from Suge because he didn't get hit at all, and he's a big motherfucker.
Yeah.
And that didn't make any sense for all the bullets to fucking hit him and not hit, especially if it was a drive-by or something like that. I don't think that, him not getting hit doesn't make sense.
Right. I get that. Yeah, he didn't get hit at all. And plus that fight ahead of time in the hotel lobby looked staged as fuck. Suge Knight stomping on that guy, it looked really like he was just stepping on him. I think Suge Knight planned that fight to make it look like the guy they beat down was involved somehow in the shooting.
Yeah.
And then that guy ended up dead pretty shortly after.
Yeah.
In an unrelated shooting. You
Yeah.
know? So I feel like the Suge Knight's involved. Like, I do like all the different loose ends. Like,
no, I think
know.
Tupac's dead. You don't think he's alive, right?
So... Not really. You know the song where I Ain't Mad at You, where he says, like, oh, you're a Muslim now. It's about one of his rapper buddies that went to be a Muslim. He's all religious now. I don't know. I like the idea that maybe that guy got him out of... Was it Shine? It wasn't Shine. No, somebody else. Some other rapper.
Shine was like a bad boy.
Yeah, I like Shine.
But
I think maybe he's in a monastery somewhere. Maybe because there's a statue of Tupac and he looks 45.
That's in Germany, though.
Yeah. Oh, is it? So they got it wrong.
Germany,
it's like a bootleg Japanese
Germany has a statue of Tupac,
and he looks 45ish. He looks 20 years older.
I think I'm kind of weird about that too, because for a while, you know, you listen to the fucking beginning of the Machiavelli shit, and it says "I'm alive" or some shit like that.
Yeah.
But it's it could be something else.
And Machiavelli was some Italian strategist.
Yeah, that ended up faking his death in order to get back at his enemies.
He came back 18 years later, which is too late for Tupac to come back now. Way too
Riley,
late to come back.
go.
It's been longer than 18.
What are you doing? Yeah. Oh, you want me to say what are you doing? Like Arnold? We'll do it right now, both of us.
Who is your daddy and what does he do? Sit down. What are you doing? Yeah. Well, why don't you? I'm a detective, you idiot. Riley, go. Come on. Just for a little while. We'll be in there in a minute. Go. Everybody wants to be on the podcast. Yeah. Even my daughter. Get out of here. Built for this. You can't hear it. Nice to see me back on Twitch. It's only for the... Hold up. I gotta do this in my regular voice.
It's only in for the podcast. It's not for anything else. This is what I'm doing here, but I'm still streaming on Glimesh. Glimesh.tv, where you can get AIDS. What? I know, but it's still hilarious. Just put the headphones on. You gotta put them around your head. Yep, just like that. Hello, Riley. How you doing? You gotta say hello. Say something. Stage fright. Talk. Talk. Hello. Hello. Hello, Riley. She just wants to listen. You just don't want to talk? She climbs up as soon as she's on the air. She's like, say something. I'm Pinkie Pie. Her laugh is so cute on there. Hold up. I'm going to put her in the deep voice.
Alright. Talk. Don't touch that, please. Talk. Into the mic. Say hello. Alright, right.
Okay.
Alright, get out of here. We'll be there in a minute, okay? Alright, sorry about that, guys. Hello? I need your boat, or your boots, your motorcycle. I need your gun, your boots, and your motorcycle. Down. Hello? You son of a bitch. What does it say? Huh? I didn't give her money. Did she steal it? Did she rob me? She took the $5 off my fucking... She sat on my lap. I thought she might have took my pocket. She probably did. Oh, I had $5 on top of my wallet because I had money. Oh, let's talk normal.
Okay, so we're back. Thanks for coming in, Stefan. Really do appreciate it. Yeah, my daughter's like pickpocketing and shit. Sorry, it gets a little hectic with her in here. If you're listening to the podcast, my daughter just came into the room and took over Watson's microphone. Sorry about that. She's laughing her ass off right now because she stole $5 from my wallet. Other than that, thank you guys so much for coming in. We're gonna wrap up in a minute or two, but because it just hit 6 o'clock.
I gotta get going.
You've been here for a while.
Oh, yeah.
And this one has been going on for an hour and 43 minutes.
So that's what, 3 hours? We did 3 hours.
We did 3 hours, but the first 2 didn't count. But I appreciate you talking about mental health. Yeah. That's huge, man. Of course. You know?
Yeah.
And anybody, if you ever want to donate or anything like that, there's a link in my bio that goes to suicide prevention. It's called save.org. It's a foundation in my brother's name called Rich's Rescue for Life. We raised over about $2,000 or $3,000. I don't know. I haven't checked it in a while. And we try to advise people that if they're going through any issues to go to save.org. Shut up!
Going through some issues right now.
Riley, go. Go! Oh my god. My daughter's crazy. Anyway, so, but it's a foundation in my brother's name to where we try to raise money for suicide prevention awareness. There is a website, save.org, to where you could go in and you could look up a whole bunch of different stuff, different avenues, different ways to talk to somebody, because talking is key. If you have depression, anxiety, bipolar, anything like that, you need to talk. There's nothing wrong with it. Always try to converse with somebody and get the help that you need in order to stay mentally healthy. You don't have to necessarily take drugs to do it. Could your partner give me shortcut of who he is? Okay, well, this is my friend Andrew. Andrew, look in the camera.
Hey, how are you? I'm Andrew.
Andrew, this is my friend Stefan. He's from Germany.
Hello, Stefan.
He loves me. Huh? Oh, get out of here. Anyway, this has become an unprofessional podcast. All of a sudden, my wife's on camera. My wife was on camera just a second ago. See her, she's pressing the buttons on my drill. I used to work with Andrew Watson in 2 different places. We worked at a casino together, and we worked at my current job together for a while. Now he cuts up weed and smokes a lot of it.
I do, yeah, but professionally.
Professional weed smoker.
That's right, trimmer. But yeah,
trimmer, roller, upper. He's a professional.
I do it all.
He's a pro altogether.
That's right.
Anyway, so we talked about movies, we talked about TV, we talked about mental health, we've talked about pretty much everything under the sun. We talked about Elon Musk's face. We talked about if he's an alien or not. We talked about he's sending people to Mars, and people are going to die, and that's okay,
right?
Because that's a part of life.
What do you expect?
Exactly. And plus, there's going to be errors too, you know, whether it's liftoff or something like that. There's going to be
some. Mistakes will be made, yeah.
But technically, nobody's ever died in space.
Oh, really?
Nobody's ever died in space.
Does on the moon mean not in space?
Wait, who died in the moon?
I don't know. I've seen movies. What about Apollo 13? Wasn't that real?
Nobody died.
Didn't somebody die in Apollo 13?
No one died at all.
I know the one I'm thinking of. Armageddon.
Don't want to close my eyes.
I knew Bruce Willis was going to die from the beginning.
Don't want to fall asleep.
Himself.
Cause I miss you, baby. Don't want to miss a thing.
We'll have to talk more next time about video games. We're
yes.
Really deep into all kinds of realistic survival.
When are you going to come back?
Whenever.
I mean,
you don't want me.
I pretty much have an
open
open schedule.
Episode 3, you know.
Huh?
You don't want me episode 2 and 3.
I want you whatever episodes you want to be on.
It'd be cool to do more than just one guest, I think, too.
Because it's hard because we don't have more than 2 headsets. I would have to get a headset
and another mic.
Huh?
Another mic as well.
I mean, we could do it without another mic, but there's only 2 mic jacks in this small mixer. Gotcha. So that's why the one-on-one thing is better. I mean, if you're thinking about bringing your girlfriend, it's totally okay.
No, because when you were on with Ruben last week, I mean, not that I know Ruben all that well, but I could have added, not.
Oh yeah, well no, you could definitely add shit.
It's a conversation I wanted to be a part of. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah, and there's always, if you're not here, you could always get on twitch.tv/NadeKing-K.
Oh.
And you could watch it live.
Nice plug.
And we can watch it together, or we could talk together on the chat as my friend Stefan is right now. There's only 5 people watching, which is cool. Totally okay with anybody watching. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. Watson is going to probably head out home now because he has to go to work in the morning like a grown-up. And I have a meeting anyway at my job too. But anyway, I thank you guys so much for hanging out with us and like bringing the positivity and whoever talked, I really do appreciate it. Go Baller, Mello, whoever else. I don't think Mello's in here anymore. No, he's not. But thank you guys for hanging out. I will see you guys later, and I love you. That's all.
Later.
Have a good one. Bye.